Alright, we are with week 9 of the SPS going up against Nintago Foxo and his team that I forgot the name of, but that's okay. Oh shoot, hold on. Gotta charge in my laptop. It's about to die. Alright, we're good. He's got a good team, like really good team. Megalopony, Zagreb 50, Mandibuzz, Rotom Heat, Primarina, Celebi, Lycanroc, Dust, don't sleep on that mon. Megastizor, Roselia, don't sleep on that mon either, and Frostlass. So, in my opinion, it's pretty good, like really good. Like I said, he did make a few transactions. He had like 9 mons at first, and then he got another one at some point. But yeah, I remember he had like, I remember he had Dragolge. That's all I really remember. That he doesn't have now. But basically, he went like 0-3 to start, and now he's like 4-4, and so he's got a chance to make the playoffs if he beats me here, and probably even if he doesn't beat me here, he still has a chance to make playoffs because it's top 8 out of 16. So, yeah, pretty impressive what he's been able to do these past few weeks. In fact, it kind of reminds me of myself last season, because we went 0-3 and then we ended the season 3-4, and we were able to make playoffs, and then we actually won quarterfinals, and we obviously lost semifinals, but we were able to get pretty deep into the season. We were able to make top 4 out of 12, starting 0-3. So I see a little bit of me in him. So gonna have fun with this one for sure. So let's talk about the team I built a little bit. Dragapult is coming. We're obviously lost in playoffs. We're 6-2, so even if we win, it's not, or even if we lose, it's not a big deal. But I'm pretty sure Dragapult is like locked in as the MVP already, because with only 1 week to go, it's leading the MVP race by 7 kills. So even if we get no kills and the Pokemon with 13 kills gets 6, which is obviously unlikely, we're still going to have the most kills of any mon in the league. So that's great. But just to solidify it, we're bringing a Specs Pult. All right. He's got no normal types. His dark type is Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is a pretty good counter to Dragapult. He could bring like a mixed defensive set to deal with a physical set and a special set. In which case that would be a little bit annoying. He also has Primarina, which can take hits pretty well. He does have Megalopony to not take any damage from Shadow Ball. But then again, it probably doesn't want to risk switching in and taking a big Draco Meteor. But yeah, and then I have Flamethrower for Megastizor. Basically, just trying to poke holes through his team. I mean, it's a pretty good switch into Rotom, unless I think he's going to trick me. But like other than that, like I don't know, I do a lot with this mon for sure. And we're running Modest. We're outspeeding a Megalopony who is speed creeping Tornadus Therian, because I've seen like after the battle, a lot of people like talk in like the spoilers chat in the Discord, and they link their pastes, like the team they used, and a lot of the paste. So I did my research, right? I scrolled up in the chat and I looked at a lot of his paste, and a lot of them, where he brings Megalopony, he's speed creeping mons. So that's good to know. So he doesn't just run 252 on things. He doesn't do that. So, and I'm sure he's not going to do that in this game. Well, I'm not sure, but it's very unlikely that he just runs 252 on mons, because he kind of really wants to win here to solidify his playoff chances. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna be careful with his EVs, and in that case, I can actually outspeed him while going Modest, which is great. Gives me a little bit more power. So yeah, that's the Dragapult. A little bit risky, because if he is running Jolly, then I don't outspeed it, like Jolly max speed. But yeah. So anyway, here is the next mon, Slowking. I changed this from Leftovers with Ice Beam to Rocky Helmet with Slack Off, because basically Scalds will break a Zygarde's sub. I'm pretty sure. And if they don't, then that's a yikes. I'll look at that again just to make sure. But as long as they break like a max HP Zygarde's sub, then I'm good. And I'd rather have Rocky Helmet there to kind of punish the Lopunny's U-turns. That's really important for me, because I can't just have Megalopony going for U-turn across my entire team. I don't really have a good switch in for that mon, because I'm not bringing Galarian Weezing, because I don't think it has a really good matchup here. So yeah, that's the Slowking basically here for those first 2 mons. Lopunny and Zygarde. Um, they both kind of get hard-walled by this mon. As long as Zygarde doesn't get Dragon Dances up, we should be okay. And yeah, we could just, we can yawn first, but then let me tell you, we can go for Toxics on a lot of mons. We can Scald Burn the Scizor on the switch in. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And yeah, I kind of need Slowking for those first two mons, because I don't have the best responses to those. Then of course we have Mega Heracross, which is a substitute set. Thinking I could substitute on a few mons. Zygarde probably won't want to stay in on me. Mega Lopunny won't want to stay in. Lycanroc won't want to stay in. Roselia won't. I don't even know if Roselia can break a sub. It probably can. Mandibuzz, if I get it weakened a little bit, or if it doesn't have Brave Bird, it's not going to want to stay in. So I can force a lot of switches. I'm not going to be able to take a hit with a substitute with many mons unless Zygarde only has 1000 arrows. But if it only has 1000 arrows, it probably has Glare, which is not good. So I'm not going for substitute on mons predicting me to take a hit under the substitute. I'm more so having it there as kind of a safety net, so I don't have to predict things. So like if he's in with Lopunny and he goes for the U-turn as I substitute, I can just get a free hit on anything, taking a little bit of damage obviously, but with the substitute. But it's better. I'd rather do that than go for like a close combat as he brings in like Mandibuzz. Whereas if I substitute as he brings in Mandibuzz, I can Rock Blast twice, which could notch the kill. Whereas a close combat plus Rock Blast might not. So, well, I don't know about that, but you know what I mean. Like if, like for example, Celebi, like if he U-turns into Celebi and I go for close combat, well then I can't kill it with Pin Missile because it'll probably it might outspeed me. So yeah, we are outspeeding, I believe, a Rotom Heat with this speed. It's a lot of investment, but I feel like it's worth it. It might be Zygarde. I don't know. I'll double check that. It's either Rotom Heat or Zygarde. So yeah, that's the Heracross. Hopefully gonna put in work with this mon. Next up we have Incineroar. This is for Scizor. Basically needed for Scizor. It's a pretty good lead for him, especially if he brings Frostlass, because he could bring like a sashed Frostlass with spikes. Could be a little bit annoying. It also switches into Frostlass very well, which otherwise, I don't know, like a triple axle Poltergeist Frostlass could be a little bit annoying, so we don't really want to deal with that. Great for Scizor, great for Roselia, great for Celebi, pretty nice for Mandibuzz as well. One thing we cannot intimidate Mega Lopunny because it's got Scrappy, and that makes it immune to Intimidate. But other than that, I mean, we basically just parting shot around his entire team. I have no reason to try to outspeed something like Primarina. I really would not want to stay in against it anyway, even if I had a little bit of speed, because if it's like a fast set, he did bring a Scarf Primarina last week. So if it's a fast set, it's not really gonna matter that I put speed on it. And I don't really need to outspeed Mega Scizor. I'm not really afraid of I'm not really worried about trying to outspeed that thing, because it can't do much to me anyway. So yeah, I'm bringing Leftover instead of Boots, just because I trust my ability to keep hazards off the field because of my next mon here, La Tormenta, the Tornadus, with Boots and Defog. This is better because I kind of need it since I'm not bringing Weezing. I gotta bring something with Defog. That's gonna be the Tornadus Therian. Let's see, enough speed for his base 100, which is Celebi. I have U-turn, Knockoff, and Hurricane. I have a naive nature because I just didn't want to lower my power from Knockoff and U-turn. I wanted to keep them relatively strong attacks. So yeah, that's that. Hopefully just gonna, I mean, we're just here to be able to defog basically. That's the point of this mod, because if you look at it, he could run Stealth Rocks on Celebi, Lycanroc. He could run, or Celebi or Lycanroc. He could run Spikes and T-Spikes on Roselia. He could run Spikes on Frostlass. So we definitely want to keep hazards off the field for this game, because Spikes are really good against me. Like, if you look at my team, everything gets hit by Spikes, and everything gets hit by Stealth Rocks. Like, it's not, you know, there's nothing, it's not like it's not going to do much damage. Like, that damage is definitely going to rack up. So we need the defog there. Which is basically what this Tornadus is here for. So, last but not least, we have Electivire. I needed something for Primarina. I think Primarina has a great matchup against me. and Slowking is not. It has to run physically defensive for, like I said, Lopunny and Zygarde. So we have to run a specially defensive mon, which is going to be Electivire. Just with the elemental punches and Volt Switch, it deals pretty well with Primarina, unless he's like a spec set. But if he's a spec set, he probably doesn't run any speed, and so we'll be able to outspeed that mon. Get a big Thunder Punch off on it. So, it's nice for Rotom to an extent. I can't hit it back much, but I could. I don't know if I want to switch into it. I could probably switch Dragapult into it, into the Rotom. But yeah, basically mainly there for the Primarina. Because I'm pretty confident that thing comes. It's also, I guess, nice for like Celebi. I can Fire Punch Scizor too, and I'll probably outspeed that. So that's nice and clutch. But yeah, I needed, just in case Prim comes, I really wanted something for it. So yeah, this is the mon to do it. And one thing, it's different in Copperajah because it kind of deals with, if I ran AV Copperajah, it kind of gets walled by Mandibuzz. Actually, I don't know how much Play Rough does, but yeah, I wanted to bring Electivire again because it did pretty well last week. So you know, why not? Why not throw it into the mix? It's the last week of the season, so we might as well have a little fun. And yeah, so that's gonna be the team. Hope you guys enjoyed this team builder. Twas certainly fun. Oh, another thing. This Pokemon's better than Copperajah because it beats Rotom, or it switches into Rotom Heat a little bit better. So that's another reason. But yeah, it's gonna be the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Well, it's gonna be the team builder portion. I'm gonna cut to the battle right here. Wish me luck. And yeah, I'll try to get the Nintendo's name or team name in there for the actual battle. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, once again, thanks for watching. I'll cut to the battle here. Wish me luck, and I'll see you there. Alright, here we are for our Week 9 battle, last battle of the regular season. We are, of course, guaranteed playoffs because we're, at this point, 5-2. So even if we, 6-2. So even if we lost, we'd be 6-3, and that would be definitely enough to lock us a playoff spot. So this is just going to be a fun little match here. Little disclaimer, my name is Jay Jordy. Well, I just call it Jordy, but basically I was at my friend's house. We were social distancing. We were both wearing a mask in his house and everything. And I got the ping from Nintendogo. I actually kind of forgot that we had scheduled the battle. So I was at his house. I'm like, dude, can I just use your laptop and get this battle over with? I actually introduced him to the competitive or like the draft league scene kind of thing. So he's like, yeah, sure. And I already, like, you gotta understand, I've done like 10 mocks for this team, so I knew this team basically by heart, like all of its moves and EVs and everything and items. So I just made a team real quick on his laptop and just had the battle like that. So that's why my name is Jordy in this battle. So I didn't want to confuse anyone. Not that it really, has any importance, but yeah. So my opponent brings a team of Rotom Heat, Zygarde 50%, Primarina, Mandibuzz, Scizor, and Mega Lopunny. He does not bring Roselia, Frostlass, Celebi, and Lycanroc Dusk. So, or Midnight, not Dusk. It's Lycanroc Midnight. So pretty standard stuff. Didn't bring any of his lower tier guys, which is fine, because I didn't either. So, oh wait, no, Electivire is pretty low tier. I consider Primarina like better than Celebi, so yeah, these are definitely the top 6 threats that he has. And so looking at his team, I'm not too surprised about anything in particular. I'm just going to lead with Slowking, and hope for the best. I'm hoping he maybe leads Lopunny so that can kind of be a good matchup for me. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the battle started. I am going to lead the Slowking, and he leads with Rotom Heat, which is not a good lead for me. I'm going to switch into Electivire, and he goes for Nasty Plot, which is not good. But I know I can take really any hit from here, from this mon. He goes for Overheat and misses. That's one of many hacks in this game. So I go for the Volt Switch, slow Volt Switch, of course, so he's got a little bit of speed investment. So I go for Shadow Ball here, and it doesn't kill. I was thinking maybe he'd switch, predicting like a Draco, but he actually just stays in. I was afraid of the Primarina switch there. So he goes for Thunder Wave, and he didn't have Shadow Ball, which is interesting. Shadow Ball definitely would have killed. So he goes for Thunder Wave, and then he overheats next turn. Does not kill me. Does a lot though. And I do break through Paris, so Dragapult gets a kill, which is good. I'm pretty sure Dragapult's like locked as MVP of the season um, at this point because it only takes into account regular season. So anyway, I go into Slowking on the Lopunny because I don't want him to set up on me or something. I don't know what he wanted to do. So he goes for the Power Punch and then Last Resort, and this is crazy. So I go for Scald and I get a burn. I'm just gonna be honest here. This is a 5-0 win for him if I don't get a burn. Nothing on my team takes even a Jolly +1 Last Resort. So that is awful. Okay, that sucks. But at the same time, it is the game, I guess. So 30% chance. I mean, I have Scald on the moveset to get burns pretty much. Um, so I basically just sack off Polt to get a free switch into Heracross, and I go for Pin Missile because I didn't want to go for close combat in case he brought in like Primarina maybe, but like I don't know. I probably shouldn't have risked the miss. It's 95% accurate, and yeah, that would have been bad if I missed. So he goes into Scizor. I'm going to go into the Tornadoes, predicting the dual Wing Beat, or I don't know. I guess like Bullet Punch maybe. No, I mean he wouldn't. Yeah. Anywho, I go into Incineroar to take that hit. Um, yeah, and then I Parting Shot out as he brings in Mana Buzz. I don't really have a great answer to this Mon, so I just go into La Tormenta and go for the knockoff. As he goes for Toxic. I knock off his Boots, which obviously don't matter. Interesting that he brought Boots because my only rocker is Copper Edge on. I've never gone for rocks on that Mon in this whole season, but I guess it wasn't worth the risk for him to run a different item. So then Mana Buzz U-turns as I miss a Hurricane. Unfort. I go for a U-turn here. As I'm in against Primarina, that's not good. So then he goes for a Moonblast, does almost half to my fully Spadef AV Electivire. So this is a pretty powerful Primarina. I wasn't doing like calcs throughout the game, but like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. I wasn't doing calcs, but at the same time, I was kind of trying to gauge how much damage things were doing and such. So I actually predicted, I was in against Primarina, I predicted the Zygarde went for Ice Punch, and then I just stayed and went for Fire Punch. And it goes into Zygarde and I burn him, which is crazy. That's crazy. Very unlucky for my opponent. He should have won long ago. He should have won this game. But anyway, I bring in Incineroar on the Scizor. Easy play for me. I'm just gonna go for the knockoff here, predicting maybe a Primarina switch, but he does just go for the Mandibuzz switch in. So I'm gonna go for Toxic and I miss, and that's not good. So honestly, like not having Dragapult in this situation is definitely not good for me. So predicting him wanting to go into Zygarde to take a Toxic, I'm gonna go for the Parting Shot. That is what happens there, and I go into La Tormenta because I think I just want to go for knockoff and kind of do some damage. I'm not really too worried about the Toxic since I do have Regenerator. Oh no, I just go for a U-turn. Okay, that's fine too. Well, I went for that so that if he stayed in, I could just bring in Slowking. It would be no problem. So I go for the U-turn on the Mandibuzz and bring in the. Wait, no, he switched. Okay, I don't really know what happened. Yeah, he was in against. I was in against Mandibuzz, so I substituted because I don't think this Mandibuzz has a Flying type move. Honestly, it's got Toxic, U-turn, probably Roost and Defog. So I knew I could get probably a free setup sub on him. So then he switches into Zygarde. I'm assuming he was predicting Rock Blast. But then he just has to sack Mandibuzz because I went for sub. And then he reveals pretty much, I'm pretty sure this is a Scarf Scissor. I actually don't know. It could have been, I guess, max speed, but pretty sure it's Scarfed. Definitely unfortunate to see that. I just completely forgot about that. I didn't even think that he could break the cell. I'm like, alright, I'll get a free close combat off on this one, but it didn't work like that. I go for Parting Shot as he brings in Zygarde. I can just bring in Slowking here. Ooh. Voice Crack. Probably should have gone for Ice Beam here, but I just clicked Scald. I wasn't really sure what he wanted to do, as this does very little damage. So I kind of want to make a little play here. Predicting him to switch to Primarina, I go for a Toxic. That was a really good play in my opinion. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but if I had not got off that Toxic, I probably would have lost this game. Like, despite having all that hacks, you know, the burn on Zygarde, the burn on Lopunny, the miss with Rotom. I mean, so much shit. But like, still, I gotta make plays to win this game. So I'm in against Primarina. I'm just gonna let Electivire go down here. I just go for a Thunder Punch as he brings in Scizor. I wasn't gonna risk. I don't know. I knew it wasn't gonna do anything at that point, so I just let it go down. As he pretty much proves to be scarfed by outspeeding my Electivire. I mean, I didn't have any investment on Electivire, but like, I don't know. I feel like he's definitely scarfed. So what happens here? A few turns later, I mean, okay, so I'm in against Scizor, and he goes into Zygarde, and I knock off his lefties, which is nice. So the Burn's actually going to be doing some damage to him. He goes for Dragon Dance as I switch into Slowking, and now I'm just able to go for the Ice Beam and knock him out. So now he's got 2 Mons left. So here he's going to bring in the Scizor, and I think he makes a really good play here. He doubles out into Primarina, expecting my Incineroar to come in. I mean, at this point, I'm assuming he doesn't have U-turn. Otherwise, there's no reason not to go for U-turn there. Also, against Electivire, there would be no reason not to go for U-turn. Like a while ago, when he doubled into Zygarde and got burnt. So yeah, just safe to say he doesn't have U-turn on that set. But so I have to go into Slowking against the Primarina, and I get 2 KO by Moonblast. So at this point, this Primarina is cleaning up. I gotta go into Tornadus and hope to hit a Hurricane, and I do hit the Hurricane. So that's gonna basically be game. I mean, unless he's somehow not scarfed, he goes for Swords Dance. But so he brings in Scizor, and he goes for Superpowers. I guess a last-ditch effort, maybe if he gets crazy crits, because that move will hit Incineroar, obviously. But doesn't do enough. I knock him out with Hurricane. So that is going to be the game. Okay, let's see. Dragapult got 1 kill. Tornadus got 2 kills. What killed the Zygarde? Slowking got 1 kill. What killed the Lopunny? Oh yeah, okay, so Heracross got 2 kills. Okay. Got it. Slowking and Dragapult got 1. Tornadus and Heracross got 2. I'm just trying to tally up the kills here, but anyway, bad game to Nintago Foxy. This was definitely a bad game. The result does not tell you much about the game. It should have been a 5-0, but instead 5-0 on one side, but instead it's a 2-0 on the other side. But with that being said, at the same time, like, this was not a battle I needed to win. I don't really care who I face in playoffs. I just want to, we just got to win. But this did definitely suck for him because I'm pretty sure he had to win to make playoffs. Pretty sure he was 4-4. Well, he could still get in, depending on differential. But I definitely don't want to face him again because that would not be very fun. This was not a good matchup for me. This is not a good battle for me. But I actually had like 2 other league battles today, so I was leaguing today. But at the same, okay, on that note, anyway, I'm just gonna get out of here. I'm pretty tired, so I'm just rambling on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for playoffs next week. Should be a lot of fun. I don't know who we're facing yet. A few battles still need to happen. So yeah. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.